There are certain elements in our society who are all in favor of free speech if it means people spreading disinformation about vaccines that will kill millions of people. But all of a sudden, they're very much in favor of censorship if it hurts the feelings of certain ICE members and members of this administration. That is rank hypocrisy. Meta removes ICE watchdog page. According to the New York Times, Meta has removed a massive Facebook group called ICE Citing Chicagoland, a page with more than 80,000 members that help Chicago residents share real-time information on immigration and customs enforcement agents. Meta said the group violated its policies against coordinated harm, but the takedown came only after a request from the Department of Justice. Attorney General Pam Bondi claimed the group was doxing and targeting ICE agents. Here's the irony. The same political voices now cheering this deplatforming were furious when the Biden administration asked social media companies to curb anti-vaccine information, also on the grounds that it could lead to people dying. Back then it was censorship, now it's law and order. Once again, it seems the principle isn't free speech, it's whose speech. What's the real message here? There are certain elements in our society who are all in favor of free speech if it means people spreading disinformation about vaccines that will kill millions of people. But all of a sudden, they're very much in favor of censorship if it hurts the feelings of certain ICE members and members of this administration. That is rank hypocrisy. Let's dive a little deeper into this issue. Now, I'm not in favor of anyone harming or causing physical violence against ICE officials. But that's not the purpose of this ICE sighting in Chicagoland. They're trying to warn people so that they don't get roughed up. What we have seen from ICE so far is they have attacked law-abiding citizens. We've seen gas balls shot into the head of a minister on the street praying. And the fact that some citizen watchdogs want to alert people to create safety for Chicagoans. To spin that as they're promoting violence is an absolute absurdity. And it shows how those who were screaming and braying so loudly a few years ago, when, God forbid, Alex Jones is muzzled slightly with all of his nonsense harming people, now think it's perfectly fine to use the big hand of government telling media companies to silence dissenting voices. Folks, this is what Viktor Orban does. This is what Ferdinand Marcos did. This is what they do in Turkey. And this is certainly what Putin does on a daily basis, is you shut down dissent. Now, let's look at some facts here. The reason that certain vaccine deniers were deplatformed during COVID is it was a scientific estimation that their messages would result in people dying. Let's look at the facts. It's been estimated by a Lancet that since 1974, 154 million lives worldwide have been saved by vaccines and immunization. According to the World Health Organization, 3.5 to 5 million deaths per year are prevented from immunizations. So when you have people purporting to present medical evidence saying don't get vaccines, it'll harm you, they are in fact spreading death. They just are. Now, in the US, COVID vaccines prevented an estimated 3.2 million deaths and prevented 18.5 million hospitalizations. So the government, at least governments in the past, viewed it as their responsibility to protect human life, Americans' lives. And that's why they don't want spreading disinformation that will lead people to do things that end up killing themselves. This is exactly why it is illegal to scream fire in a crowded movie theater when there is no fire, because that speech leads to actions that could cause immediate death. Everyone is running and fleeing to get out of the theater all at once. Inevitably or invariably or often, someone's trampled to death. And that's why that is an acceptable limitation to speech. And now we are seeing the federal government tell Meta, Facebook, hey, we don't want a website. We don't want a Facebook page that would criticize our use of military against American citizens and our quasi-military, our paramilitary attacking American citizens. We don't want you talking about that. So certainly if there's anyone in that group advocating violence against a specific member of the government or ICE or anything else, fine, ban that one person. Remove their account. I'm all in favor of it. That would be fine. But to simply eliminate 80,000 people who want to speak their voice. Ida writes in, I want to talk about the hate tyranny in America protest. Yes, that is what we're going to talk about later today, Ida. I'm kidding. I'm paraphrasing Ida. Ida, if you want to stay with us, I'm happy to hear your opinions, but you're going to have to actually present some facts and arguments, not just spew nonsense. Let's look at some more facts here. The same people who cried big tech tyranny over vaccine posts are cheering that ICE is protected. Isn't that funny? Now, the group has 80,000 members. They've shared ICE agent photos and locations in Chicago. Not illegal. It's not illegal to do that. And for that, they are being silenced, absolutely silenced. It does make me wonder, are we going to see pressure from this administration to simply have a blackout of all news about tomorrow's No Kings demonstration? It's going to be hard to do that, considering those are actual nonviolent protests in thousands of communities around the country scheduled for tomorrow. There'll be more about that in our final segment today. But this is where it starts, folks. It's forcing suppression of media companies, and technology companies and media companies are the same thing today, even though they like to pretend they're not. And that is a big, big problem. Ida writes in that one political party hates America. Well, Ida, I am 100% agreement with you on that, or at least one party hates the fundamental principles America was founded on. And we're going to see those people in continuing debate in our culture because they happen to be running things right now.